I'm Hilary Golston. Our top story tonight began as a tableau of joy turned to tragedy. A 4-year-old little girl is fighting for her life. She was hit by a car on the east side of Detroit. Fox 2's Camila Mary joins us now with more on the investigation. It sounds like from the family members you talked to, Camille, that this car just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tragic story. Everybody was having such a great time. It was a beautiful night for a family reunion, lots of kids, and then all of a sudden, tragedy.
Just a bright little young girl, loving. She's loved by many.
That little girl, just 4 years old, rushed to an area hospital after being hit by a car.
We were all standing right there, but you know how kids are, right? And so it happened so fast. She looked before she was getting ready to cross, and the car came out of nowhere. It just happened that fast.
It was around 5:30 Saturday night, a family reunion at Baldock Park on Detroit's east side. Police say the little girl was crossing Canyon Street when she was hit.
The gentleman that was in the vehicle stopped and spoke with officers. It's such a tragic situation whenever we have children injured. Obviously, you know, we've seen an uptick in that, and fortunately, from what we gathered from the scene preliminarily, this just looks like a tragic accident.
Last listed in critical condition, she sustained injuries to her chest, leg, and neck. Investigators say witnesses they spoke with told them the car was driving the speed limit, but other witnesses told Fox 2 that car was speeding.
It's taking all of us by surprise. But we're believers. We believe in God. And we're standing on what God is going to do for us.
And Ashley, who you just heard from, is actually a minister from out of state in town for this family reunion, joining all of her family members together in prayer, actually calling a prayer line when I walked up to her to see if she would be willing to talk to us about this, not wanting to give us the little girl's name or sharing her picture, asking for privacy and prayers tonight, hoping that she pulls through. Reporting live on Detroit's east side, Camila Mary, Fox 2 News.
Well, we certainly respect that privacy of the family. Very difficult time for them. The captain there said that whoever did this did stop and talk to police and that it might be an accident, but you did hear that some witnesses, as you said the car was going really fast. What are they saying about possible charges?
Yeah, I mean, right now, you know, no charges. Obviously, the driver is cooperating with police. He stopped. The car stayed, you know, the car stayed. He talked to police. He wasn't here when we arrived, but police saying that the speed limit here is 25 miles per hour and that he was driving posted speeds. Other people we talked to said that car could have been going as far as 60 miles per hour. So from what I understand, the little girl was between two parked cars and just darted out. And I mean, we were driving like 15 miles an hour when we came down here because there were so many people around. And we know that things can just change in an instant. But the word to everybody is to slow down and just make sure that you're being careful, because you never know. It's summertime and you never know when the little ones are out running around. Hillary, back to you.
Yeah, that's very good advice. Thoughts and prayers certainly with this family tonight. Thank you, Camila Mary, live for us. Okay, we are turning to another moment that stopped everyone cold. Detroit Lions safety Morice Norris strapped to a stretcher, taken off the field in an ambulance. He had a very scary hit in Friday's preseason game in Atlanta. Players dropped to their knees. The crowd went silent. The 24-year-old went down hard. He lowered his head to make a tackle, taking the brunt of the impact on his helmet. Now today, Norris had some good news, posting on social media, "Amen, amen, I'm all good, man, don't stress. Appreciate all the check-ins and love." He is in stable condition and he is apparently grateful for the prayers and support that's been pouring in from fans, teammates, and all across the league. But a physician who has treated Detroit's Lions players says this about how serious the injury could have been.
When his head was down and neck was forward, and he had this traumatic impact with the other player's knee, that created a tremendous amount of force on both his brain and his spine. And an injury like this isn't as hard to see unless you know what you're looking at, you know. And I have the ability to go back and watch this, and I watched this multiple times. And basically what happened is after the impact, and it's a high-speed impact, impact anyways, and the other guy was moving the other direction. It was an axial impact which compressed his spine and jarred his brain, but then there was a violent hyperextension of the neck.
Now, the Lions say they are going to keep monitoring Norris's recovery, but for now, the focus is on his health and the relief of knowing that he should be okay. All right, this is a case of double trouble. A Warren man accused of running a human trafficking ring while behind bars is now being held on $250,000 bond. Investigators say 33-year-old Ryan Wofford used jail phones, tablets, and video calls to run this sordid operation. Wofford, a repeat offender, had been in jail for drug felony, retail fraud, and weapons charges. He's now facing several felonies that could put him away for an additional 20 years. Now let's talk about this. The case against two people accused of using a slingshot to damage Detroit's Guardian building. Well, apparently this case has been thrown out. Prosecutors officially dropped the charges against 49-year-old Ramsey Eunice and 57-year-old Angela Williams. Last month, they were accused of firing BBs. Yes, BBs. There you see the video at the building on Griswold Street, breaking the windows. Now, the exact reason for why this happened, why the prosecutor made this decision, unclear right now. Michigan's first human case of West Nile virus this year. The state health department confirms it's been detected in a Livingston County resident. West Nile is transmitted after a bite from an infected mosquito. Symptoms can include high fever, confusion, muscle weakness, and headache. Complications could lead to meningitis and encephalitis. So far this year, West Nile has been found in mosquitoes in 8 Michigan counties, including Macomb and Wayne. So make sure to put on that bug spray and be careful. All right, let's check this out. Firefighters in central western Spain continue battling a massive wildfire in Avila province. Fire risk is extremely high, the temperatures reaching over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Portugal and Spain. And thankfully, we're not dealing with anything like that around here. My goodness, we've been looking at the Canadian wildfires, of course, so we're dealing with the kind of offshoot of that here in our air quality.
Yes, the closest wildfire to us is 800 miles away, so we have that going for us. But of course, that wildfire and that smoke is something that we've been keeping a very close eye on over the course of the entire summer, really, since May when those fires started burning. Thankfully, this weekend, while there is some concern about a moderate air quality in certain locations across the state, we are not under an air quality alert, and there are no indications that we will be. No smoke pushing in our direction. But there is some rain out there across the state of Michigan. It was storming earlier in areas around Traverse City. Now most of that rain over Lake Michigan, and it will continue to push into the western side of the state. Now, generally speaking, when we talk about the weather, we say, well, it moves west to east, so it's headed in our direction, but that is not the case out there for tonight, as any activity that will move from western Michigan will fizzle before it makes it to us, because we have the protection of a nice strong area of high pressure, and that will be our protector over the next couple of days. Temperatures will be going up. You thought it was hot today, it's going to get even hotter tomorrow. We saw highs today in the upper 80s, low 90s in some spots, but as we head through the next 48 hours, we're going to see back-to-back days of the low 90s. 92 on Sunday with that heat index closer to 95. We'll keep that running as we head into Monday, but no rain in the forecast until Tuesday. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
There it is, the rubber burning today in Pontiac, and it's a good thing in this case. The pedal hitting the metal. Roadkill Nights, it's back for its 10th anniversary. And you know what's so cool about all this, despite the smell of the rubber as it's burning? This drag racing, it is illegal. Woodward in Pontiac becoming the strip for drivers, an event that gets the heart and the pistons pumping. Check it out. There's big tires, small tires, drift, and thrill ride.
It's basically like a huge giant car carnival and circus here.
And the chaos of it all, it is legit. Legal street racing.
You can get in these cars, rip around the track with professional drivers in these vehicles.
Roadkill Nights powered by Dodge. They call it an action-packed celebration, high-octane, all-day thrills on Woodward Avenue in Pontiac.
Everyone goes through an NHRA tech inspection process.
You know the racing's good when the roar of the engines interrupts the nearby chat, the vibe. The festival
I'm smelling exhaust up my nose and it makes my face and head spin, but I love it, and that's what we like to bring to the fans.
It's super fun to see kids get that excitement and joy from the feeling that the cars are giving you. Like, you can hear the power of them. You can see the tires getting traction and the smoke coming out.
Detroit has so many resources and so much stuff that they bring to us. So, you know, the resources that they offered even just today really helped me out with the school supplies, everything.
Today, Detroit of Hope and Congress of Communities held their third annual Summer Splash. It's their way of kicking off back to school for Detroiters. The day was full of water activities, free snacks, and a whole lot of fun. The best part, the over 200 children from kindergarten to 12th grade got free school supplies, and oftentimes this is very needed, so great work there.